One more example of this kind of factorising quadratic algebraic expressions. Now this is a little bit different, but not too different. We're going to stick to the same method. I'm going to put my two brackets in there. And so we're going to, first of all, put our x in there. And then we want two numbers that are going to multiply together to make minus 15. Now, we've got a little selection here in one way, not too big a selection in another. The only numbers that actually do multiply together to make 15 is either 1 and 15 or 3 and 5. Now, if you take, and the other thing is that with these same two numbers, whichever we choose, must add up to plus 2. So let's look at this. Don't worry about the minus 15 for the moment. Let's just worry about the 15. We know 1 times 15 is 15. Is there any way we can get to plus 2 from using the numbers 1 and 15? Well, there isn't, because even if we took 1 away from 15, we're going to get 14, which is much too big. And if we add it together, they're going to get 16, which is much too big. So we can straight away eliminate 1 and 15. We can see quickly as well that if we take 3 from 5, we're going to get 2. Now, we have to do the magic, and we have to put the 3 here and the 5 there. And we know that our answer over here, not our answer, but our single number on its own is a minus. So one of these numbers has got to be a minus, and one has to be a plus. Because to have this as a minus, if you remember the multiplication rule, a minus times a plus is a minus. So either the 3 has to be a minus and the 5 a plus, or the other way around. Now the big clue is that this is a plus. So we've got to get 3 and 5 to equal plus 2. That means the larger of these two numbers must be the plus. Because if we take 3 from 5, we're going to get 2. That means that the 5 needs to be a plus and the 3 needs to be a minus. Let's just do a check on that. Now, if you haven't followed that, don't worry. What I'm going to ask you to do when I finish talking and I've stopped this video is for you to go through this video again and keep pausing it, which gives you thinking time. Remember, learning these new rules and learning how to do these, how to acquire these skills is a process. And that's the important thing. So I'm going to multiply these two brackets together to check that we do get back to this expression. X times x is x squared. X times 5 is plus 5x, because the x and this plus belongs to the 5, and this x is positive, so plus x times plus 5 is 5x. Minus 3, so remember this minus sign belongs to this 3. Minus 3 times x is minus 3x, and minus 3 times plus 5 is minus 15. Now we're in a position to collect our like terms. Well, we've only got 1x squared term, and then we can say, well, 5x minus 3x. Remember, that's the same as saying 5 lots of x minus 3 lots of x, and that gives us 2 lots of x. And then we've got our 15 at the end, and that indeed gives us our expression. So just go through that again. Remember, we're looking for two numbers that multiply together to make the single number on its own. And those same two numbers have to add up to give you the number which is in front of the x. Go through it again and then stop the video and see at which point you can continue and solve it, and do that factorisation. Always good to double check by doing that check and multiplying them out. Okay.